Hello there. I just thought I'd give you an audio-visual sort of run-through of the next 3-day block, which is on therapeutic skills. The second of our 3-day blocks. The first one focused on motivational interviewing. This one focuses on CBT. And the last half day of this 3-day block will be focusing on the video assessment, so I will talk a little bit about that. So in terms of the first 2 days, the focus is on CBT. The structure will be very similar to our last MI block, in that you will be presented with some theory, and then you will get modelled some of the skills by the facilitators. It'll be me and I think Marianne Morris. And then you get the opportunity to break into small groups, to pairs, triads, or panel presentations, and practice the skills as you did on the MI workshop. For me, it's a great opportunity for you to learn a new set of skills, the CBT skills, which are really valuable in terms of therapeutic interventions in sport and exercise psychology. But you'll also get the chance to practice and go over your MI skills, which will be the focus of the video role play. So there's a really neat build-up into the assessment, and hopefully by the time you come to do the assessment, you will not be overly anxious about doing role plays. You'll have done 4 days worth of them, as it were. I'll run through now some of the expectations, if you like, in terms of that assessment. But just briefly before that, the morning of the 3rd day will focus on 3 different discussions. And those discussions relate to the learning outcomes on the therapeutic skills module. I've actually placed on Blackboard a series of readings, articles, textbooks and so on, related to those learning outcomes. So that should offer you some guide as to the kind of material that you need to be reading in preparation for the discussions that we're going to have. I'm keen for it not to be a teaching kind of session, and so you, having read some of the material, will clearly give us the opportunity to develop more in-depth discussions. So that's the morning of the 3rd day. The assessment then. What the guidelines and some subsequent supplementary information has been on Blackboard since December the 12th, I think it was. So you'll get some sort of guideline. So if you're not fully appraised or understanding what I'm saying here, please check the guidelines on Blackboard. Essentially, you're being asked to do between a 5 and 10 minute interview, motivational interview. The topic of the interview is up to you to decide. What you need to do is to work with your peers, choose a peer to work with, because you'll be working in pairs, and then work out what the structure of the motivational interview is going to be, what the issue is. There needs to be an issue of behaviour change or attitudinal change that forms the focus of the 5-minute interview. You've got a great deal of autonomy in terms of whether you want to say, well, this is the first time we've met, and therefore we can practice all the EORS skills, engagements, open questions, affirmations, reflections and so on. You could choose to demonstrate working or rolling with resistance. You could choose to demonstrate goal setting. You could choose to demonstrate endings. It really is up to you, and you'll be able to decide with your peers how you want that structured. And you will be asked, you will be given a time in the afternoon, you'll come in, it's probably going to be James and myself will be sat in there, the video camera will be there, but you'll be used to that because we've had that in the MI workshop. And you do between 5 and 10 minute role play. You're not expected to be perfect. Getting it right is not the main issue. So I hope that alleviates some of your anxiety. If it doesn't go as well as you planned, remember, you have to do a 2,000 word reflection on the process, and it's in that reflection that you'll be able to demonstrate a deeper understanding of motivational interviewing. So if it didn't go according to plan, then in your reflection you can demonstrate an understanding of MI by telling us what you could have done differently, how it might have shaped up in a different way. So getting it right is not an essential element of it. it is highly likely. I mean, I can't imagine situations where in that 5 to 10 minute period you're not going to be able to demonstrate a range of good quality skills, even if you start at the EOS level, the kind of basic skills level. So I'm hoping that this is alleviates some of your anxiety. You're not expected to be experts. You can plan the role play interview, the role play in advance. I would caution against trying to build in some sort of script. If you're concentrating on a script that you've rehearsed, that's going to make it much more difficult, and you run the risk there of freezing up, if you like. So there'll be opportunities to practice. I mean, you can actually practice away from using Skype. Practice by when contact each other. Lots of opportunities to prepare for this. There's a degree of autonomy in relation to what you choose to explore. Again, one slight caution there. Don't choose something that's heavily traumatic or emotionally heavy, if you like, because this is an assessment exercise. It's 5 or 10 minutes, and it would probably be inappropriate. After the role play, we'll just pause. James and I will ask a couple of questions. You'll be able to reflect on it, and then the videos will be uploaded to Blackboard so that you can actually see your own video and give the reflection on it and use that to shape your 2,000 word reflection. Okay, I hope that this helps. Thanks.